Aloha! Thank you so much for making it to Alohanathieyoga. I'm Nathie and I'll be guiding you in your practice today. So just make sure you get into something comfy, you have your water, and today's practice will be focusing on opening the hips, the hip flexors, the front, the sides, the backs of the hips. Of course, it's going to be other parts of our bodies, but today is really focusing on releasing tension in some very key places in our bodies. So I look forward to guiding you in your practice. Aloha. Aloha. Welcome to Alohanathieyoga. Thank you so much for joining me in this practice. So we'll start by coming into a wide-legged child's pose. So come onto your mat, open the knees, at least mat width apart, if not wider, and bring the big toes to touch and just send your hips back into the heels. Gently walking the arms forward and allowing yourself to melt down in this child's pose. Reaching the arms forward, sending the hips back, feeling the spine lengthening. Take 3 slow, deep breaths here. Take an inhale all the way up. And exhale out the nose or mouth. Start connecting deeper to your breath and the sensations that have already been arising in your body now. On your next inhale, draw yourself up onto hands and knees in a tabletop. Maybe placing yourself further back in the middle of your mat, wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, about hip width apart. And we'll do a few cat-cows here. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest through the arms, tailbone up. Exhale, curl tailbone down, drawing the navel in, tucking the chin in, and creating space between the shoulder blades. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Move freely here in your cat-cows, however it might feel good to you. Maybe even rocking side to side or creating small circles when you come into your cat. Start deepening your breath here, noticing maybe parts of your body that have been neglected today. Or maybe you're doing this in the morning and you're just waking up your body. And then when you're done, your last one, come into a neutral spine, drawing the navel in, feeling yourself pressing out of the ground with the palms and all 10 fingers, grounding down in the top of the feet. And then we're just going to shift the hips to the right as you turn your head and your torso to the right, your shoulders to the right. Come into center, inhale, and then do the other side. And then we'll shift again to the other side. And then again to the other side. Beautiful. Come back to center. Take the right foot, take the right leg back behind you on the ball of the foot. And press the heel back to feel that stretch in that right calf. Take a breath here, drawing the navel in, exhale. And then sway forward and back on the ball of the foot, waking up the legs, strengthening the leg here, feeling your quads, your glutes. And then come back to center, lift that right leg off of the mat, right hip parallel to the mat. So draw those toes down towards the mat.
to drop that right hip level with the left hip. Take a moment here to breathe. Press out of the mat, creating strength with your arms, your shoulders, your lats, and your shoulder blades. When you're ready, bend that right leg. Inhale, reach the bottom of the foot to the sky as you look up in your cow. Exhale into your cat, drawing that right knee into the nose, curling in. Inhale up. Exhale in. 3 more times. Stamp the bottom of the foot to the sky, feeling that right glute squeezing in. 2 more. And then on your next inhale, drawing that foot to the sky, hold it here. Take that left arm, reach it forward and back. Maybe you touch, maybe you grab the foot, maybe you don't. Holding it here. Deep breaths. Press out of that right hand, lift. And then slowly lengthening first as you release, and then release the hand and the knee down. Sit your hips back into the heels for a child's pose, lowering the forehead down on the mat. Take a few breaths. Filling up the back body with your breath, and as you exhale, relax the thighs, relax the hips, the jaw. Maybe open and close your jaw gently to remind it to relax. Do the other side. On your next inhale, pull yourself back up into tabletop, and then send that left foot back on the ball of the foot and just swaying. First, pressing that left heel back and holding it there. Feeling the back of that left leg, opening the calf, but still maintain a kind of activation, right, in the back leg. Drawing the navel in still and pressing out of the palms with your hands. And focusing on letting go here in this practice and just noticing how you feel in your movements with your mind, and what is it that your mind keeps telling you? Maybe letting thoughts go, and then just swaying gently forward and back on the ball of the foot. Keep breathing here. And then come back to center, so wrists underneath shoulders, lift that back leg. Stay here for a breath, lengthen. Drawing the navel up and in, strong in both hands. Look down at your mat to try and relax the neck. And then bend that left knee, hold it here, and flex the toes so that the bottom of the foot is stamping the ceiling. And we're gonna inhale, stamp it up as you reach your heart forward and up, looking up. Exhale, round in knee to nose into a cat. 4 more. Slow and mindful movements, strengthening the core, the legs, opening the hip flexors and the chest. You might be shaking in some areas, and that's okay. And then on your next inhale, drawing that foot back to the sky, keep it there with the knee bent. Take the right arm, reach it forward, and then sway it back behind you, maybe grabbing onto the ankle or the foot, maybe not. And holding it here as you lift, press the foot into the hand, as you stamp that left hand into the mat, lifting with the left glute. Deep breaths here. On your next inhale, release with control as you lengthen first the arm and the leg. And then exhale, lower that knee and that hand down, sitting the hips into the heels. Again for child's pose. Taking a few deep breaths here. Taking your time to release what you just did on your mat. When you're ready, pull yourself back up into a tabletop, tucking the toes, and then sending your hips slowly up and back into your first down dog. Start pedaling the feet really gently here, feeling the back body opening up from the hands all the way to the feet. Feel your hips reaching up and back as you draw the navel in, drawing the elbows down towards the mat to frame the upper back, still pressing out of the palms and all 10 fingers. Take 3 deep breaths here in your down dog. Maybe you'd like to sway your hips side to side in your down dog. Just recognize here what might feel particularly opening and allowing you to release right now. Relaxing the neck, slightly tucking the chin in, but relaxing the sides of the neck and the head and the jaw. So maybe here swaying your head front and back, side to side, whatever feels good here. And then inhale, roll yourself forward into plank. Take an inhale here, lengthen through the back heels, heart shining forward, drawing the navel in. Strong legs here. And then exhale back into down dog. I'm going to do this again. Inhale, roll forward into high plank. Hold it here for a breath or 2. Really drawing the navel in here. Strong glutes. And then exhale back into down dog. Inhale, reach that right leg up and back into 3-legged dog. Keeping the toes shining down to level out the hips. Exhale, draw the knee into the nose. Hold it here, look between the hands, step it between the hands, lower the back knee. Maybe here you want to untuck the back toes. For your low lunge, take a breath here just to start feeling your low lunge. And then when you're ready, pressing out of the front foot, lift yourself up into your low lunge, arms reaching overhead. And then here, you can unbend the front knee a little bit, readjust the hips, and then bend the front knee again, making sure the knee is in line with the ankle. And try and notice here, bringing your attention to the front left hip. Keep breathing here, lowering the shoulders away from the ears and down. Still drawing the navel in, so drawing the tailbone down as you draw the navel up and in. And when you're ready, exhale, twist to the right, arms parallel to the mat. We're going to do this again. Inhale, bring yourself back to center as you reach your arms overhead, maybe slight back bend. And then exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, arms up in center. Twist to the right as you exhale. Now hold it here. Lower the back hand down on the back leg. Maybe extending the left arm overhead into a deeper low lunge twist. Some of you might be able to go deeper. Some of you might be able to reach the back foot. Lifting the back foot. Inhale, back to arms parallel to the mat and your twist. Come back to center, inhale, reach. Exhale, hands down on the mat, framing the front foot. And then come into half splits, flexing those right toes towards you. Inhale, lift the chest up, look forward, lengthening the spine, sending both hips back towards the back of the mat. And then exhale, maybe folding in a little bit into your half splits. You can bend the front knee if need be here. And then maybe doing micro movements or pulses with yourself to go deeper. And when you're ready, bend the front knee, plant both hands framing the front foot, and then release that right knee back to meet the left. Turn the right shin out, plant the right hand underneath your shoulder, turn to the side into modified side plank. Reaching that left arm towards the sky here. You have options here. You have options. You can just stay in a plank just like this, reaching the hips higher. Or you can try pressing into the back foot, the lengthened foot, and the hand, and just lifting the bottom leg off of the mat. Maybe into a kind of modified tree. Or you can lift that extended leg up parallel to the mat and staying here. You can even bending that top knee, grabbing onto the ankle and the foot to once again open up the front line of the body, left hip flexor. Maybe looking down at your mat if it's more helpful for releasing your neck. And then with control, inhale, lengthen that top leg. Again, reaching that arm overhead. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw the knee into the elbow as you crunch in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach, hold it here. And then exhale, pivot back onto the knees. Tuck the toes, send your hips back for down dog. Inhale, roll forward into high plank. Exhale, slowly with control, elbows along your sides, lower all the way down to your belly. Untucking the toes, hands underneath shoulders, press the top of the feet into the mat. Inhale, lengthen and lift into baby cobra. Exhale, lower. I'm gonna do this again. Inhale, lengthen and lift, reaching the heart through the shoulders. Look down at your mat, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, lower. Now, all arms along your sides, palms facing down, side or up, whatever feels good to you here for your shoulders. Inhale, lift both legs, lift chest, head and arms and reach. Hold it here. Hold. Squeezing the glutes, lifting a little higher. Exhale, lower. Stacking the hands underneath the forehead, resting your forehead under your hands. Bending the knees, maybe swaying your shins side to side or just shaking your hips side to side here. And when you're ready, tuck toes, hands underneath shoulders. Inhale into tabletop or high plank. Exhale, down dog. Take a deep breath here. Open your mouth side out. Inhale, lift that leg, left leg high up behind you into three-legged dog. Leveling out the hips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw the knee into the nose, round forward, shifting your weight forward. Look between the hands, step it between the hands, and then slowly lower the back knee down. Tuck or untuck the back toes. Take a few deep breaths here. And then when you're ready, lift, pressing out of that front foot, lifting the arms overhead into your low lunge. As you draw the navel up and in, send the tailbone down towards the mat as you bend the front knee deeper. Slide the shoulder blades down your back. And feel the front ball of the foot pressing into the mat. Feel the back, top foot pressing into the mat. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the left, arms parallel to the mat. Inhale, arms to center, reach. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, up to center. Exhale, twist to the left. One more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist to the left. Dropping the left hand on the back right thigh. Maybe reaching that right arm overhead and back. Deeper twist. Option to grab that back foot. Some people can, some people can't in this way. Just because our front foot isn't towards the left side enough. Depends on where you're at with your practice. Inhale back, arms parallel to the mat into your twist. And then come back to center, reach. And then exhale, plant the hands, framing the front foot. Shift your hips back for half splits. Flexing those toes towards you. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, fold in. A few deep breaths here. This allows us to really build strength as well. Sometimes when we go more slowly in our flows, we can really feel our muscles and our bodies working to strengthen ourselves. And then when you're ready, walk yourself forward and then send that knee back to meet the right. Pivot the left shin out, planting your hand underneath you, and then turn onto your side into modified side plank. You have options here again, same thing as I was mentioning earlier. Drawing the navel here in, still feeling your core working, lifting your hips up to the sky. You have the option to reach that top arm overhead, creating a deeper sense of lengthening in the right side body. Option to lift that top leg parallel to the mat, parallel with your hip, not too high, not too low. You can just look and see how that looks like for you. You can stay here and again lengthen, or you can bend that top knee, grabbing onto that ankle. And again, press the foot into the hand as you reach the heart forward, pressing the hips forward. So you can feel the front hip flexor opening. Maybe looking down, relaxing the neck. Inhale, release and lengthen. Release and lengthen here. And then exhale, elbow to knee, crunch in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach. It really focuses on balance. Exhale, crunch in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower the foot, lower the hand, pivot back onto both knees. Take a moment here, bring the knees together, bring the feet together, tuck the toes, and then just walk yourself up, sitting your hips onto your heels with tucked toes. And then bring our hands to heart, take a deep breath in. Open your mouth side out. Inhale, reach the hands behind your lower back, interlace the fingers, and reach the top of the hands down as you lift the heart up. Release that grip, bring your hands forward, untuck the toes, open the knees wide, bring the big toes to touch or further away from each other, whatever feels good, and then sit back down onto the heels with knees wide open. Take a moment here, maybe closing the eyes, hands on thighs, and then plant the hands behind you, maybe about a foot or 2 feet. Shift your weight forward in front of your mat more. And your fingers can point away or sideways or towards you. I'll point my fingers more away from me here. Maybe even tent my fingers slightly because they're flexible. Inhale, reach the hips up towards the sky, opening the heart, maybe letting the neck go. Exhale, lower the hips back down. This is kind of like a modified flowing camel. Inhale, press hips up, squeezing the glutes. Exhale, lower. Now we're going to come into a bit of a twist when we're doing this. Inhale, lift the hips up, reach the left arm over to the right in a modified twist. And then slowly lower the hips down as you roll the arm down, forward, and back again. And then we'll do the other side. Inhale, rainbow your arm overhead and towards the left as you lift the hips. If you want a deeper opening, you can bring your hands closer to your feet. Exhale, rainbow, half circle your arm back again, and maybe bring your hands closer to your feet. Inhale, reach hips up as you reach the left arm overhead. Exhale down. We'll do the other side. Good. And we'll shift our hands forward. We'll come back on our hands and our knees. Tuck the toes about hip width apart. And then exhale, shift your hips up and back in to down dog. Inhale, roll yourself forward into high plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga or cobra.
Inhale, cobra or up dog. Reach heart past through the shoulders. Lift out of the palms. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, shift your weight forward into high plank. Exhale, lower down with control, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. With control, lift your hips up and back. Exhale, down dog. One more flow. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, down. Inhale, up dog. Maybe with a smile, taking a breath, holding it here, rolling your shoulders back and down. Squeezing the glutes, lift the thighs. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, reach that right leg up and back. Exhale, draw the right knee to the right elbow, turn the shin in, and slowly lower that leg down for pigeon. Take a moment here with your spine lengthened. You can stay here, or you can lower slowly down onto the forearms. Maybe you'd like to rest your forehead on stacked fists or a block. Take a moment here to release in your pigeon. Coming back to maybe the intention that you set or the energy that you cultivated in your practice, releasing and letting go. Bathing into this sacred time just for you, just for your mind, for your spirit. Just let go. When you're ready, let the hands walk yourself back, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, press out of the hands, lift into three-legged dog. Exhale, release the foot down to meet the left in down dog. Reach the hips up and back here. Inhale, lift that left leg really high up into your three-legged dog. Exhale, draw the left knee into the left elbow, turn the shin in, lower that leg down into pigeon. First, bring your hands closer in as you lengthen into your pigeon, settling here, feeling the hips opening. Some of us feel much better staying like this. It creates a deeper sense of opening in some parts of even the front thigh and the right hip flexor here. So you can always stay here. For those of you with an advanced practice as well, this is a time too where you can actually bend the back knee and grab onto that foot again for the hip flexor. This would be an add-on intensity for opening the hip flexors in this practice. But I'm just going to lower down here onto stacked fists, releasing my forehead down onto my hands, and sometimes rocking here side to side slightly with your hips feels good. Notice the sensations flowing through your body, accepting them with grace and ease as you just release deeper here. Taking your time to release.
tension, visualize it slowly melting away as your exhalation allows you to settle. Take another deep breath here, all the way up. And maybe a slow lengthen exhalation out the mouth or nose. Relaxing the jaw. When you're ready, plant the hands, walk yourself back up, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and then with strength, with your arms and your core, draw the leg up and back into three-legged dog. Pressing out of the palms, reach. Exhale, release that foot down to meet the right into down dog. And then lower the knees down onto the mat. Turn the shins to the side, come into your seat. And here, bring the soles of the feet together into Baddha Konasana, seated butterfly. You can sit on a folded blanket here or even a block if that feels good. I'm gonna do that right now. Take a moment here, placing your hands wherever they need to be for you. You can even have your hands to heart, dropping the chin to the chest to lengthen the back of the neck and the spine, reaching the crown up, shoulders rolled back and down. And whenever you're ready, you can start walking and folding in, allowing yourself to just roll in, releasing the head, releasing the forearms. And when you're ready, walk yourself back up, release the block, bring the knees together and release the block. And turn on to your back, roll yourself down onto your back, and then take a moment here to bring the knees into the chest, giving yourself a hug. Maybe you're circling the knees, open and closed in circles. And if you do that, you can do it in the opposite direction. And then lengthen that left leg down, draw the right knee in. And then draw the right knee out with your left hand maybe on your hip. And then draw it back to center and slightly in. And then sway it out again. Keep reaching out of that left leg, left heel, flexing the toes. Move that right knee left to right really slowly. And then when you're ready, take your hand onto the outer side of that left knee and just draw it across the body into your twist. For some of you, you might want to just bend the bottom leg, bend the bottom knee, and have a block underneath the knee. If you'd like, just like this, as I'm demonstrating here. Take a deep breath into the right side. Exhale, relax your hips, your spine, and your neck. Option to reach that right arm out overhead or away from you. On your next inhale, draw that knee back to center, both knees in towards the chest. Exhale, release that right leg long and down on your mat, flexing the toes towards you and drawing the left knee in. And then draw the left knee towards the left armpit, opening. And then back to center and slightly in towards the right armpit. Do this a few times here. Reach out of that right heel. That right leg is still very active. And of course, if this is uncomfortable for you, then just keep the knee in center and draw it in. And then when you're ready, grab the outer knee with the right hand, open that left arm into a T, and just send the knee across the body for a twist. Try and release the grip in different parts of your body. Notice if you're holding your body up anywhere, just allow yourself to melt gently. Deep breaths create space and expansion in the back body. Try and send the breath down into the hip and the back, lower back. And as you exhale, relax more deeply. When you're ready, draw that knee back up to center, both knees into the chest. Maybe open up into your final happy baby, grabbing onto the shins or the outer edges of the feet or the big toes. Open the thighs wide and draw the thighs down. Flex the toes towards the knees. Relax the shoulders down on the mat. Press the tailbone away from you. And maybe you're swaying side to side. Deep belly breaths, deep down into the lower pelvis. And then release the feet down on the mat. Take a moment here. Maybe windshield wiping the knees side to side. If that feels good to you. And when you're ready, come back to center. Extend the legs out, extend the arms overhead. Give yourself a final big reach. Squeezing everything, reach, 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 reach. And then exhale, release down into your final Shavasana, taking all the space that you need. Yeah. Just allow everything to settle down here into the mat. And maybe taking a few deep cleansing breaths. Notice where you feel the breath expanding inside your body. And relax your abdomen, your hips, the heels. Stay here for as long as you need. Thank you so much for joining me today in your practice. Namaste.